Copy that. All right, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Root and Teach Wall, Wabaraka Thumb, unto the hopeful elect. All right, that's the brother aside, and then we got
Brother Isaiah.
We're GMS Dallas Younger Bros, and we're going to do a quick hit. We're going into how the Lord controls and dictates who the next ruler is or who's going to be in power. You see, because in this society we live in, Esau's technology in these various nations, they can make it seem as if they're going to rule forever or they're never going to get taken down out of rulership. You got the peace treaties. Esau got Palantir technology, SpaceX. You see what I'm saying? He controlling everything. Got everybody under governance and make it seem as if they never going to go down. But the Lord controls who's going to rule and who's not going to rule, who's going to win the battle, who's going to lose the battle. And that's one thing we got to keep in our mind, speaking to myself first and foremost as being a man of the Lord. You got to understand that the Lord is directing and controlling this thing. You see, Esau ain't controlling shit because the Lord is beyond logic. Like the way humans have all this logic and all this stuff they got, the Lord is above that. You see, the Lord can defy what's logical or facts because the Lord is above it. When you got the creator of everything, he's above all power and all things that Esau has. I see you got something. You got it, bro.
Khan, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and 17. It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth to whomsoever he will, and set it up over at the basis of all men." It's pretty much going into your point, bro, how all these different heathen nations, from the Egyptians, the Assyrians, Neo-Babylonians, up until this point, which is the revived Roman Empire that is being ran by the self-proclaimed white man Esau Edom. Ultimately, it was all Yahweh Bashim Shai that allowed him to rule. But also, he set up that bound, like it says in the book of Job, chapter 14, that he came past. And we're at that bound now, especially with today, what is it, July the 4th, the 250th year of America. So this play is on borrowed time, and it's about to be taken out the way by Yahweh Bashim Shai.
Yep, I got this one. This is let's say this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and I'm gonna start from the top. It says, "Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth." Right, and that's what we're supposed to be as Israelites. We're supposed to be judges and rulers. You see? Yeah, but what is Solomon saying in this chapter? Hear what? Wisdom. Hear the word. That's give you the instructions on how to rule and govern the Most High's earth, His creation. Right? It says, verse 2, "Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out all your counsels." Right? So Lord's he's putting everybody to the trial to see, are you ruling and governing the earth the way he wants it to be ran? If you're not, guess what'll happen? You'll get taken out of power. Matter of fact, I want to get this precept. The Lord gonna try you and see if your rulership is foundationized off of righteousness. And if it's not, your ass eventually gonna go down. That's why we see Esau's kingdom going down. Right? This is Sirach 10 and 8. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." That's why these various nations fell, because they wasn't using the scriptures to govern the world. They was governing it in the lust of the flesh, the lust of the flesh, whatever man wants to do, right? They weren't governing it based upon the standard the Lord set up from the scriptures, the Bible. You see, they ain't have a theocracy, right? You see, now we have democracy. People do what they want, do as thou wilt, and that's why the earth is in such a jacked up position right now, because the Lord gave us instructions on how to rule the planet Earth. But it's being ruled in wickedness. That's why the scriptures say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. When you look at who's ruling the earth right now, those top elite, top banking families, the Rothschilds, Oppenheimers, Rockefellers, what are they doing on the earth? Putting everybody in debt. You see, taking away the natural resources, right? Destroying animals' habitats, trying to put this AI, you see, and all this, everything digital. They got this quantum computing. They trying to make this technology be faster so they can track you with Palantir and what is it, SpaceX? That's what they're doing. They have power to do righteousness on the earth, and they're doing straight wickedness, hoarding up all the riches. You see, they got enough riches to where nobody will be poor. and they just hoarding everything up to themselves. But that's what an unrighteous ruler will be doing, man. Just say you got yours.
God, there's a quick one. Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And this is why you see the people mourning, because of who is currently in rulership is the wicked. The self-proclaimed white people, the descendants of Esau. That's why you have a record heat wave all around the world. Why are we getting a heat wave all around the world? Because of this devil. He doesn't keep the law, statutes, commandments. He doesn't keep the land Sabbath. So he's just constantly destroying the whole planet Earth and the people in it. And if, he was allowed to rule from his set point, he would end up destroying the earth himself. That's why Yahweh Bashim Shai is speeding up the days, because if not, everybody would be destroyed. That's why the Lord is about to bring Esau down, because if not, he would just destroy everything by his AI, just like in that the Terminator movies. You got it.
You can get 16 on that?
Verse 16. Con, this is Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth.
When the wicked are multiplied. So when you have a society where the wicked, the seed line of wicked, evil men is ruling the earth, guess what's going to happen? Transgression increases. You see, that's why everybody's sick. Everybody's body is jacked up because they're eating this evil diet. They're not following the dietary laws the Lord set up in the scriptures. You see, they're not following the way. Like a man is meant to be with the same. A man is not meant to be with the same thing. A male is meant to be with the other gender, right? But in this society, illicit sexual acts or fornication is pushed. So you have the alphabet community. You see, you have people having orgies and doing all types of madness here, and it's okay. Adultery. So that's why all these sexually, transmitted things are going out. Because it's no law, it's no governance on that. But there's laws on how you're supposed to have sex. You see? A man is supposed to do it with the opposite thing, not the same thing. You see? But that's what happens when you have the wicked in rulership. Transgression increases. So that's why there's so much death on the planet Earth right now. Because everything is foundationalized in wickedness right now. You see? But I want to get this, because the point we're going into is that the Lord is controlling who's ruling. The Lord is allowing the wicked to have all this power and to get this control of everybody, because the Lord wants to show how powerful he is and take them down. But this is something that the prophets always have in their minds. So I just want to go here to this Chronicles. You see, this is 1 Chronicles 20. Let me see where I want to start. You see, because this chapter goes to when we were the heathen came against us. Or is it 2 Chronicles? Let me see here. This might be 2 Chronicles. Yep, this is 2 Chronicles. So let me go to 2 Chronicles 20. Bear with me here. Okay, yep, this is where I want to be at. Let me see where I want to start. I'm 2 Chronicles chapter 20. I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, and Yehoshaphat. Matter of fact, I'm going to read the first verse and I'm going to go down. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 20 and verse 1. And it came to pass also that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, and with them the other beside the Ammonites, came against Yehoshaphat to battle, or Jehoshaphat. Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, there cometh a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side of Syria. And behold, they be in Hazazon Tamar, which is in Gedi, right? And Yehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek Yahweh Bashim Shai, and proclaimed the fast throughout all of Judah. So it was a situation he was in where a lot of the heathen came to overtake them. Like the scriptures say, with enemy coming in like a flood. The enemies was compassed by them. Because when you go into South Israel, when you look at a map, you see the Ammonites and them, they was like right on the bottom by the Dead Sea. They was right over there in that area. You see, matter of fact, let me see if this Bible got a map right here. So I can look at it real quick. Because like right by the Dead Sea. Where is it at? Map of the old ancient Israel. Cause like right, let me see if I can look. Here it is, right here. So you see how it is right here, bro?
Okay.
That's where Judah and it was at. Dead Sea. This Moab and Ammon and shit down here, up in this area. So that's where see Ammon, Moab, right by the Dead Sea. And there's just Judah, Jerusalem was over here. So they was coming to overtake them around this area by the Dead Sea. You see, but going back to the point, this is jumping down to verse 5. It says, and Yahushua stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem, and in the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua before the new court. And it said, O Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, our fathers, art thou not the power in heaven? And rulest not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen? And in thine hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee? Art not thou our power, who didst drive out the inhabitants of this land before the people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend, forever? Right? So he was exhorting Israel not to be scared. You see, but what did he mention? He said, don't you rule over the kingdoms of the heathen? The Lord controls who's going to be in rulership and who's going to be in power. And according to the prophecy, the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are going to be in power, ruling under Yahushua. You see? So that's what we got to have in our mind as we're going through this straight gate. The Lord is controlling who's going to rule, and who's going to be in power, and who's going to get taken down, right? And who's going to win the battle. It don't matter who got the AI technology, who got the most money, who got the strongest military. It don't mean nothing, because all of them are going to try and come and fight against the Lord, according to prophecy. You got yours?
God, nah, I ain't have one, bro.
Yep, we're finna go to Psalm 75.
Psalm 75.
Yep. This is another one that proves that the Lord controls everything, man. You want to get it? Start at 4.
God, this is a book of Psalm 75 and 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn.
And that's what Esau is doing, lifting up his horn. We have the technology to make you like a god. With his AI, you see Elon Musk saying shit like that. They're talking proud. You see? If the Lord flood the earth, we'll be okay. They're saying proud shit like that because that's where they've been put. They've been lifted up, exalted as a state. They're in their heaven. You see, when the scriptures say heaven or hell, a lot of times it's talking about you being in a position of like when it says heaven, which is Shemayim, it means like a lofty position, like you on top, right? Thy nest is as the eagle. That's why the scriptures say that. The pride have deceived thee. But then when it says hell, it's talking about you getting down to an abased state, a state of you getting judged, man. That's why that's what Jonah was talking about. I'm in the belly of hell. He was in a jacked up position in that fish's belly, man. You see, so that's what Esau's getting ready to do. He's gonna get brought from that lofty, high, exalted position to what? Down low.
God, I had a precept to back you up on that. God, this is the book of Isaiah 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which this weakened the nations? And this is not talking about the Christian Lucifer that fought in the heavens with the Most High and the angels. No, this is talking about the enlightened ones. Who are the ones that call themselves the Illuminati of this current world? The Edomites, the elite banking families, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. So this is talking about men, the Edomite, Esau. It says, verse 13, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to pretty much do away with the nation of Israel and set himself up as a chosen nation through left-hand means, AI, merging man with robot. But ultimately, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not going to really allow him to enjoy that blessing, like it says in the book of Job. When he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall rain that wrath upon him. It says, verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And this is what what's his name? Noah Yuval Harari, is saying at all these meetings with all these top elites, talking about we don't need God no more. We can make our own rain. We can make human 2.0. But it says right here, verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So this is what's going to be the end for Esau. Edom is going to be that hell, that hellish condition, which is going to be slavery, captivity, to help build up the kingdom, and then that Obadiah 1:18 being eradicated off the planet Earth.
You got the blue letter pull up?
Nah, I could get it, Rick. What word you want me to get?
That hell.
This is hell in Isaiah 14 and verse 14. It says Strong's H7585 Sha'awal.
Let me see, and then I'm gonna get this is a good one to read right here. When you go down to the Briggs Lexicon, you get that I think it's on the bottom. me see here. Here we go. That bottom part, number 4. And that's in the and this is the definition for that Shawa'al in the, let me see, what is this? The Briggs Lexicon. Brown's Driver Briggs Lexicon, Strong's. Right? And in definition 4, that's the good one right there.
Kind of says figurative of extreme degradation and sin.
Yep, degradation
And sin, says as place of exile for Israel.
Place of exile, and that's what we got brought to a hellish condition, being in captivity. But it said degradation of sin. So you get brought into from a high lofty position to what? A low position. Degrading. That's what's getting ready to happen to Esau Edom. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about when it says hell in a lot of certain verses. Because hell also can mean the grave. That word shawal can mean grave. But also, like we just read one of the definitions right there, it said what? Degradation from sin. You see, being abased. But you got it, bro.
That was a point on that
Yep.
one.
You can go back to Psalm 74.
There's a book of Psalms 70, 75 or 74?
75 and then verse 4.
Psalm 75 and verse 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Mm-hmm. Verse 5, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. Mm-hmm. Verse 6, for promotion coming neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Mm-hmm. Verse 7, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. The
Lord controls who's going to rule and who's going to be in power. Esau don't control shit. But with his technology and the way he rules, he'll try and deceive people to make him think that he's going to rule forever, but he's not. The Lord has said where who's going to be in power, right? And who's going to be up next. And who, according to the scriptures, who's up next? Israel, Esau, the end of the world, Jacob, the beginning that follow it, man. And we know that once his MOTB gets established, once we in a time of World War III, what? That's the main prophecies before Yahweh Shai gonna return. When Yahweh Shai returns, what is he gonna do? You gotta link everything together. When Yahweh Shai returns, he's gonna do what? He's gonna gather all these kings and put the crowns on his head, and the kingdom is gonna be the Lord's. But we see that before that happens, we gotta go through that tribulation. They're gonna be all hell. It's gonna look like Esau never gonna go down. Then the Lord's gonna have it set up to where the prophets got the eyes to see past Esau's delusion and his lies, to see that he's actually going down. The Lord is judging him, man. Just like ancient Egypt, they was proud. Oh yeah, we got the magicians do the stuff like you doing too, because the Lord was putting Moses and Aaron was putting them curses on their ass, man. Those Egyptians was getting jacked up, but they was still proud. Like, look, see, our magicians can do that too. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it's gonna be with Esau Edom. He gonna try and combat the spirit of the Lord, but the spirit is gonna triumph and win. They gonna fight back though. They ain't finna give up the kingdom. No, they gonna fight. You can get that last verse after that. Verse 8.
This is Psalm 75 and verse 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall bring them out and drink them. Indignation is righteous anger. And it said that the bottom of the dregs, that's the part that'll really fuck you up and get you drunk. And that's what Esau gonna have to taste of that. Damn. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna have to get that hardcore, harsh judgment. Because the Lord allowed him to get to his high exalted position so he can fuck him up. Right in the height of his wickedness and evil. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're getting ready to see Esau go down. So don't let this place deceive you and make you think that, oh, you're going to rule forever. You're not. That's all I had. You got any more? Nah, that was it, bro. Hey, that's the spirit. Spirit had to go out, man. Hey, the Lord controls who's in rulership. So don't let Esau deceive you and make you think he's going to rule forever. He's never going to go down. That's what he wants people to think. So they can worship the beast and the image and try and keep fighting for the society. But we know, according to the scriptures, this place is going down. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson edified, against some exhortation. We'll end it off by saying, call along. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, of great millstone, who root and teach well. Next time, call my Shalom. Shalom.